My dad is a pastor. So my dad saw I had interest in the music, so he felt like I should do something more. He called pianists to teach me and my brother. Moving to Abuja, my uncle was also a pastor, but in Abuja, I was playing because it was something I need to do for the house. Like, you play piano, we cannot call another pianist. Then when I now came back to Lagos, I realized that this is a hustle. Like, boys were hustling. Boys were trying to be the next Wizkid. As when I knew that, okay, there's something here and I should look towards this. Hey, what's good? This is Rexxie on the beat. This is my exclusive interview on HIPTV. Rex is a music producer, GRAMMY award-winning producer from Nigeria. He's a music producer and artist, a music creator in general, from Anambra, born to a family of 3. And Rexxie is more of my career name, my hustle name, what I used to eat, basically. Yeah, it's my work. Chisum is my personal life. It's a very, very interesting question. It always has this connection at the end, even if I try to differentiate it, because Rexxie should be that person outside. Chisum is the one inside, but sometimes the one inside tends to affect the one outside. The one outside tends to affect the guy inside. So it just has how it plays in.
Walking and walking, you walk quite fast.
Growing up, what's more interesting about my growing up was not growing up with my main parents at a point in my life. Yeah, I think it really helped to shape me to some extent. It made me, I grew up with my parents in Lagos till I got to JS1. And then JS1 I moved to Abuja with my aunt. So it's a different feeling when you're with a family member, because even if they show you the most love, you won't just feel like you are privileged like the other children, because I don't know, that's how it was for me, even though the love was there and everything. So it just made me treat life right from the start. From an early age, I treated life like I was the one just there. You know, like I wouldn't want to ask my aunt for some things, ask my uncle for some things. I would end up finding my way around things, even when I'm around people that could do it for me. So yeah, it helped and shaping me to find myself at the early stage. It had its negative effect, but thank God I was able to find my way through, because sometimes you just wake up and feel like you're not loved. You wake up feeling like you are the less privileged one around, you know, and sometimes I didn't have people I could share my personal feelings with. I felt like it was left to me. So yeah, it had its negative feelings, but yeah, at the right time, I moved to school, had a different environment, and the whole thing just changed, just switched up. So yeah, it was all good vibes, last. Interesting question. The love for music started from when I was way younger with my parents. In fact, my dad was a pastor. My dad is a pastor. So I always watch the choir. I always had the chance to be around that back end. So my dad saw I had interest in the music, so he felt like I should do something more. He called pianists to teach me and my brother, but I was one with more interest. Yeah, so that helped. But moving to Abuja was a different energy, because in Lagos I was just playing because I was in church. But in Abuja, my uncle was also a pastor. But in Abuja, I was playing because it was something I need to do for the house. Like, you play piano, so we cannot call another pianist. You know, that kind of thing. So it became a responsibility where every Sunday I'm packing the equipment. And sometimes I'll be like, God, which kind of stress with this? Every Sunday morning, wake up 5 a.m. packing church equipment. But yeah, it's paid off and it's paying off. So yeah, the both helped me. I had different experiences in Lagos, different experience in Abuja, and everything just amounted to the purpose why I'm doing this. Yeah, there was a whole lot of pressure. Yeah, because when I was in Abuja, I didn't know I was going to do music professionally. I was just doing music as a Sunday to Sunday routine. I moved to my secondary school in Abuja, so I was playing in the band. But when I came to Lagos, it was different. But in general, I was always around the church scene. And there was always this energy of, more pastor. But I really thank my parents for believing in my craft and understanding that when I do whatever I do, always coming back and be like, yo, don't forget where you're coming from. Remember who you are. We don't want to kill your dreams, but So that really helped me in how I related with people in the industry, because I knew even if I'm making this kind of sound, I know my limits. I know where I'm coming from. You're not supposed to do this. Because you're doing it doesn't mean you should follow them to go and do that one. So it balanced me basically. So it really helped. I never saw myself that way. I won't lie to you. I didn't have that knowledge of the piano to that extent to think like that, because like I said, my dad brought a piano to teach me, and before I just learned do, re, mi, fa, so, they're like, oh, you're good, you're trying, go and play praise and worship. So I didn't get the chance to improve, like to want to dream more. So I don't think I was ever trying to be that. I was just ready to just use that little thing I have to create something magical, and that's what I've been doing. Like I said before, I was playing in the school. So in school, we play in the assembly. And assembly, we just play popular songs. We can just wake up and just say, let's play Style Plus. We start playing Olufumi, yo. Tomorrow we wake up and play Two-Face for the church. For the school. So the school really liked our renditions and all that. And I had that enthusiasm of, okay, how is this actually being made? Like, these things we are trying to just play, where did they do them? That question started popping up. So yeah, I got the software because of that enthusiasm in Abuja, but I didn't follow. I just knew that, okay, now I be this. Oh, okay. Then when I now came back to Lagos, I realized that this is a hustle. Like, boys were hustling. Boys were trying to be the next Wizkid. As when I knew that, okay, there's something here and I should look towards this. From there, I had to lie to my friends that I can do it. And it took me like close to a year to prove to them that I can actually do it. And yeah, that's how I got into production. The first time I produced, I first played a fake beat and said I made it. So the beat already raised the expectation of everybody. Like, they thought I was good. I was in Yaba Tech then, dealing with peer pressure, trying to find the right click to chill with and all that. Nobody sent me. I had to lie that, yo, this beat na me do am. Next thing, my classmate took the beat to the studio, they recorded on it. It became a jam in my department, in my faculty. It was called Mukulu. Mukulu. And they could not wait for the next beat. I started to come with excuses. I first said I didn't have a laptop. I got a laptop. When I made the first beat, they were like, bro, this doesn't sound like what you play for. So I just had excuses. I said there's no plugin, there's no this, but with time I'll find it. I'm new to Lagos, I'll get it. And reading those excuses, I was just learning in my corner, That's how I grew. Yeah, getting into the industry, for me, I believe, if I think back and look back, it was just that consistency for me, I didn't have that direct connect with any industry artist, as at that time I was just more of working for people around me, the upcomings, the promising ones that I had around me. Then shout out to people like Dynamite, Young Ace, Chinko Ekuntu. I met Chinko Ekuntu even in the process too. But my point is, I met people that were closer to these people. So imagine when an upcoming artist is trying to feature a big artist and it's like, oh, Rex will produce it. And then Rexxie gets in the studio, makes the beat, and the other artist is like, yo, this artist or the industry artist is like, can I hear more? Then I start playing more and start connecting. That was how the thing just started changing for me. Like if I can take it back to one of my first major hits, like Able God and the likes of Zlatan, was like that. I met Zlatan with, I was working for an upcoming artist that tried to feature Zlatan, and Zlatan was feeling the vibe, and it's like, yo, you get another beat. And I played him another beat, and we did the song that night. That same night, if you record Naira Marley, and was like, yo, Naira Mo, see this beat I'm making, see this bad guy, we go bring him come, we go bring him come. I went to make Naira like a week later with Zlatan to get a verse on that song. And then we did it. Naira was like, let me hear more songs. I played more beats, recorded more songs. You know, so it's always, was just that consistency, doing my own thing. That was how I got myself to this point. No, I think I did have the upcoming stage. In fact, it was very, very long. You know, it was very, very long. It's just that once you're out, it's like, who is this guy? They don't even know the story again. But it was really, really, really long. You know, I'm the kind of person that once I meet an artist and I with you and I vibe with you, it's like I'm with you at that moment. I'm making music as long as you're inspiring me. So I've found myself in different studios, different labels, that I would just be that house producer there making beats, dishing out beats. And I learned how to manage different artists. I learned how to give artists what they really want. I learned how to even know what artists really want. So it was just always steps to learn this thing. This industry is deep, last, you know. So that was how it was for me. So these upcoming artists I work with will always grow to a stage because I always stick with them. I'm not just the guy that will make one for the upcoming artists and claim my money and go. I will stick with you, make one, make two, make three, till we make that 4, that you'll be like, this 4 is dope. Oh. Should I feature Dice Ales? Or should I feature Chinko Ekum? And you're like, oh, let's go. Like, you know, it was just that consistent work that brought results at the end. But when you're up, you're up. They don't know how it all started, but it's like over 12 years now. Yeah, I got to that point. In fact, I got to the point where I'm like, I felt there's no big break. You know, like, I felt like there's nothing coming anymore. And that was, like I said before, working with different labels. I remember working with the label. It felt like this was it. And when you're a producer, they bring you to the island. You're trying to do things, and you're like, it's getting more clearer. It's getting more clearer, you know. And I had this very serious accident on a trip to Ilorin that really changed the narrative for me. That really made me sit back and be like, I know you should see this thing and me, you know. The accident was so bad, like this is it. It was so bad that I said I'm not doing it again. And I stopped music for like a month. I went MIA until I had this call from somebody, SI, and she was like, yo, would you like to make music? There's one upcoming artist out to feature somebody, you want to come? And I came, brought my equipment. Who did I see? Someone featuring Zlatan. And Zlatan was there. At that point, I was not really freaked by Zlatan. Because in my mind, I was off the music. And Zlatan was coming up then too. But I just came to, I miss making beats. I came to just work, get some little cash and get myself together, you know. So that link up just changed everything still. Like from that, like I said before, making the song for the upcoming artist, Zlatan heard it, wanted to hear a bit, and just rekindled all the energy back. Like, yo, and let me get down, you know. That's how I felt. The big break. Like when you ask me the big break now, it's hard to say because there are different stages to it. You know, there was a point where I had Able God and it felt like this is it. And there was Soapy that felt like, whoa, who is this? And there was still situations like KPK that made me feel like, oh, which one is this one again? So the big break, I'm always just breaking through. Just breaking through. The big break is yet to come. The journey has been amazing, you know, a lot to learn, a lot of experiences, a lot of highs, lows, and everything. But generally, it's just what I've learned so far is just that relationship and how important the relationship really helped me thus far. You know, when I look at the synergy I have with Naamali and Zlatan and how we stay together till now, it has really kept us going. So I remember then, Zlatan really played a real big key in my career because just that little description I gave you from playing this beat to playing this beat to playing this beat is what really literally just changed everything, you know. So one thing that I really hold on to is relationship because I made sure I keep this relationship strong, and it really made sense because who would tell me that the Naamali I made Soapy for how many years ago will be the one giving me my recent hits this year, you know. Relationship was really key and it really helped. Burna, shout out to Burna, big love to Burna Odogu. Meeting Burna was also through Zlatan. That's why I said Zlatan really played a very big key. He's always the guy that can speak for you, you know. Meeting Burna was through Zlatan. I remember that was Big Brother Ninja opening. Yeah, I saw Burna can perform at Big BB Ninja, same as Zlatan. That was like how many years ago? And we were at the backstage, introduced me and he's like, yo, now be that guy where they give him a big bad boy. From there went to the club. From the club, I already suspected I was going to go to the studio. I didn't follow them to the club, I ran back home, packed all my equipment, put it in my car, came back to the club, started dancing with them, waiting for the next update. And next thing they said, let's go to the studio. I was set, took my things. We made Beku that day. Zlatan and Burna Boy did a song together called Beku. And Burna Boy liked the vibe and he wanted to work. He said once he's coming back the next time, we're going to make music. And that was what happened. He came back the next time. I linked him up in Cubana from the club, went to the studio, made 2 bangers. We were just vibing for like a week. From there, went to Ghana, made more songs. And over time, after like a year, all those songs started paying off, you know. And the Twice Our Store, also in Angelique Kidjo's project, you know, those songs started paying off, basically. Grammy Awards winning producer, it is a big flex because I remember growing up and hearing lyrics from artists I respected saying things like, one day I'll bring Grammy or Grammy is coming and everything. So being able to be part of that process, it's just beautiful. It's just a big flex, a nice vibe, and I'm always happy. I'm feeling blessed about it. It's a big flex, but you can't overshout it. You just know, it's a feeling that is inbuilt that you don't even have to shout it. You just know. Sometimes I forget to even want to say because it's just what it is. Grammy boy. Okay, I put it here. So always remember. But yeah, it's what it is. Okay, song title. That question is crazy. He's going. I swear. That's what I'll call it. It's going. Is that fair enough? What you were trying to get from?